This shit don't make sense. But niggas ain't looking for it to make sense. They're doing the same thing they did with Christianity. And they'll usually attribute this idea to belief. It's not belief. What it is blind faith. Belief has reasoning behind it. It's much more of a loose reasoning than the reasoning you would have for knowledge. Belief and blind faith are not the same thing. All knowledge is based in belief. That's unavoidable. Blind faith is you're avoiding facts. This is the same thing the Christians do. I don't care what you tell me. Jesus is the thing. Jesus is my savior. Jesus gonna come back. I don't care what you say. You trying to take me out of my rise. We the gods. You don't have to be able to explain it. Oh, what's the one I love? What's the one I love? You ain't got to explain what's understood. How the fuck you understand it if you can't explain it? Nobody's explained it. No one ever explains it. It's just understood. Fuck you talking about? Saying words to say nothing. And see, if you sitting right there and looking at them, and you don't say nothing, you're agreeing. Silence is acquiescence. Silence is acquiescence. See, bro, get into the law shit too. Get into the law shit. What makes something law? You talking spiritual law. What you think that mean? Rules? Let's stop. Let's stop. These are the laws of spirituality. These are the rules. They're laws because each one unfolds from the next. Each one is an agreement based on the previous agreement. All is mine. Okay, what's that mean? All things are one thing. I don't care what the thing is you call. You can say all is chair, all is energy, all is love, all is light, all is soul, all is melanin. What you're saying is that all things are one thing. Okay, what's the agreement that comes off of that? Correspondence. How do you can't have co-respondence, which is two, prefix co. You can't have correspondence without there having been one thing to start with. Otherwise, how is it going to have a co-respondence? There's no cooperation without at least having one thing. So you build on the next one. What's the next one? Vibration. That's three things. Center, up, and down. Vibration. Center, up, and down. You couldn't have three things until you had the one and then the two. Each of them are agreements unfolding out from each other. They're contracts. That's what makes them law. If you've agreed to this one, you already agreed to these other ones. It's not rules, cosmic rules. That's Jesus bullshit again. It's agreements. And if you don't know how they unfold from the next, you may as well just go back to the Ten Commandments because you understand it just as well. But then again, no, I'm impressive. You see all these dead niggas? No, I'm much better than them. You see all the niggas in the audience? So you're a good car driver just because you're better than the niggas in the audience. No. Any motherfucker who's on the track, running a race, comparing themselves to the niggas in the audience, don't get the race. You don't get it. You itching for last place. You itching for last place. Well, I'm just happy to be here on the track at all. Gratitude. Get the fuck out of here. No, you wasting your time and you lying to yourself. You may as well be in the audience. Play to win. Play to win. A motherfucker overlap you 5 times and you convinced because y'all standing next to each other that you doing the same thing. No. Fuck out of here. And then the last one, they paint their audience. Okay? You guys are the gods. This is our rise. It's time for us to turn up. Why I have to tell you all that? Let me get down to the information. Let me get down to why this is right. Motherfuckers are in this shit for church, so they don't get it. They don't see that. They're not being honest with why they've come to the spirituality, motivation, and wish fulfillment. And so what do these people serve them? Motivation and wish fulfillment. Your self-love, how to feel good about your physical life. Man, suffer. This shit sucks. I get it. But if you don't lean into the suffering, you can't really honestly lean into the joy, the passions, the pleasure. You can't. The motherfuckers will get into the thing where they're doing the super spooky Buddha, and they're like, well, no, I reject all desire and passions and attachments. Even that is in an agreement. Even that is an agreement. It's deeper than all this bullshit people are talking. It's not that it's complicated. It's that motherfuckers are mixing up their levels of analysis. They learn this thing. All things are one thing. But then down here where there's a multitude of things, trying to say all things are one thing to get over the fact that people can be lonely, it's untenable. It's an example of the fact that they don't understand what they're talking about.